Magnet. What does this guy use? What kind of hood do you use?
Auto darkening now.
The old man with my Harbor Freight auto darkening, he's like, I don't know, you know what you're talking about. You don't know how to weld. Now he uses auto darkening hoods. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Alright, so a buddy has a chair right here that is broken. It's just a metal chair. And this is why you gotta treat everything for rust prevention. Like the fence gets treated. That's the tractor on. That's a different video. So what are you doing here?
Grinding off paint, so paint and rust, so I can get the bare metal so that I can weld this back in, even though the rest of it's rusted out as well.
What's your intentions? Where's your little thing?
So
Not that little thing. What you're welding on.
This was originally where it was. That was bolted onto there. That was there. That cracked off. Well, that cracked off. Metal's rusted out, painted, everything like that. Retrofitted, make it easier. Take an old bolt, round your head off, go straight in, and now you got good metal. And then you clean this to good metal, weld that in, grind this all the way off, take the weld and the old steel off, and that will become your new stem holding on.
Aha! Let's see it in action.
See you in a little bit.
Campbell dime grinder, Campbell Hastrill stick welder, Harbor Freight, Chicago Electric, what is that? MIG welder? No, flux core welder. That's a Flexzilla hose right there. That's the Eastwood air compressor right there. And that's the wheel horse tractor that's running to charge the battery. See, all these are gonna have to be, everything on the chair is gonna have to be grinded out. Really. If you want it to last, you gotta grind it out. Our gate, that's why there's no rust on the corners. Look at it. We always grind them out. And then we, every year we grind them out. And we, any rust is showing through is taken off. And then we paint it before the fall sets in. So this right here has the rounded off bolt already inside, and this is gonna get welded together. I also got fast stitch and rust converter, so you can see on the bottom of that right there. Alright, you do have to get another negative where you're going to clamp to, so it has to be clear. So if that got to be touched up anyway so it don't rust, you have to get a place where you could actually clamp the negative to. The ground to.
Look, it's all rusted through pinholes.
It's already rusted through a pinholes right there. Any magnet? What does this guy use? What kind of hood do you use?
Auto darkening now.
The old man with my Harbor Freight auto darkening, he's like, I don't know, you know what you're talking about. You don't know how to weld. Now he uses auto darkening hoods. Now he has a welder for bigger stuff. So this is just my little welders I have here. So it's flux core, it's not MIG. He wants me to make one. So he's dialing in the settings right now. And it's no, it's just that I don't know it's that he had to put it in for both my Harbor Freight flux core wires and Harbor Freight welder, but also he had to put them both through it, otherwise it would have possibly gone through the steel.
Ah, just cooking.
He's used to structural welding. That's what he's used to, structural welding. So with my little welder, this is just my buddy needed this fixed, wanted this fixed, so that's why he's working on it. So now we're gonna do the Campbell Hastrill stick. Let's play around with that a little bit. Oh, that's a beautiful weld. That's a Campbell Hatchfield welder, the 70 amp welder. Look at that, man, that is sexy. That's that little welder right there, the little 70 amp welder. What size stick?
That's a 16th inch, I think.
I told him that we're just welding it. I'm not gonna, I mean, it's on him to paint it and touch it up and everything. We just had to grind it off to get it welded. So it's welded back together right here. So all that's gonna get, it's back. What is it gonna do?
Ground down and feathered back. I like this hair.
So when somebody says, hey, can you do me a favor and weld this, realize that when they give you a price, you gotta have all that stuff. And I mean, I wish I had a welding station in my house. So my garage is a one-car garage, but you know, this is just a hobby that me and my son do, something that we like. And you know, well, he does it for a living. He does it for a living.
Welder by trade.
So like people with this is what I tell people, what they don't realize, if you got one of these that are rusted out or rusted out like that, that's the person you call. If that's rusted through, get rid of the rust, cut the rust, and then weld to it. One of the projects I'm going to be doing is, my daughter got small poles, 4-foot poles. So I'm going to pop this off, measure the inside diameter, and hit a pole in there to make them 6-foot poles. Weld it together and put a 6-foot chain link fence on it. These are the big fences also. If you got cracks or whatever in this, that is always they rust. They're going to get crooked and twisted and all that. Then you're going to have a fabricator come in that's to fabricate it. So the chairs, that's a forever weld right there. There's a 3/8 inch bolt holding that whole thing together right now. So I'm going to do a little videos with the Rust-Oleum or the rough roofer, but that's going to be a different video. And then we'll talk to you later. Subscribe, like, share. Trust the welder.